Hello YouTube! My name is Random, and normally I am a gaming channel, but I am also a bit of a lifelong Star Trek fan, and I really couldn't let this series slip by without talking about it. It is the wonderfully bad, so bad it infuriates me, Star Trek Discovery. I'm going into this reviewing the first episode, screenshot by screenshot, after seeing about 11 episodes I think we're on right now. The mid-season hiatus has come and gone. We're back, and yeah, the show's not getting any better for me, but I'm gonna kind of go into this and break down every scene and everything I have a problem with. If there's anything I actually like, I did make a point to grab one screenshot of something I liked in this one. But if you're totally here for my gaming channel and don't want to watch this, I get it. But if you are here for Star Trek and want to watch this, then maybe check out the gaming stuff. Doesn't matter. Anyway, we're going on into Star Trek Discovery. I do kind of like this logo. Don't mind it so much. Ah! That guy. I forgot that was the first screenshot I took. Sorry for the jump scare, but this creeps me the hell out. Takuvma, or Klingon dude, whatever. Like, I had to be, like, assured that this is how the Klingons are going to look when I originally saw screenshots of these guys. This is not, like, a good first image for your show. This is creepy. This reminds me of when I was a little kid and I got scared by that wolf thing in the Neverending Story that I can't remember the name of. Or, the Tar Man in Return of the Living Dead when he just kind of jumps out at you. Ooh, and yay, a nice panning shot of all of our lovely new Klingons. Yeah, they're not good. Not good. I don't like them. This is a very long and extended scene where they just speak so slowly in Klingon. And yeah, I'm gonna save you from that. There he is again. I can understand, I think, why they speak so long and so slowly. I think it might be because they have so much makeup and prosthetic on that they just can't enunciate through it. It's not good makeup, though. This is not a pretty face. This is not somebody I envision, like, it's not a race or a species I envision anybody, mating with in the future. Because I'm coming from, like, knowing about B'Elanna Torres and, all these half Klingon, half human people. I can't envision Klingons wanting to mate with these, or humans wanting to mate with the Klingons, or Klingons wanting to mate with the humans, vice versa. These Klingons are so anti-human. Oh, they're not good. They're not good. Yay, so our next shot is of our lovely protagonist, Michael Burnham. And, of course, Captain Georgiou. I love how they spend so much time in the first couple of episodes building up the Shenzhou. We don't see the Discovery. Spoiler! Yeah, this will be a super pack of spoilers. I put it on the description already. So basically this scene is, hey, we're doing sciencey stuff, but we've got that prime directive thing, so they can't catch us. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Brief shot of an alien I would have loved to actually seen. It took me really a long time to get a really good screen cap of this guy, too. Really wish that we would have seen more of him. Also, I need to elaborate on this scene before I forget about it. We have Michael Burnham calculating, the time before the storm comes, because there's a big storm coming. They're lost. They don't know where they are on the planet. They have to go and reignite a well so these alien pod things that of this guy so that his species doesn't die out. They're definitely a pre-warp society. Of course, they have enough technology to make clothing, so you probably shouldn't be revealing yourselves to them anyway, because they might think you're some sort of a god, like a good sci-fi series would have done this season as their season finale. But anyway, so Michael Burnham's calculating stuff to the exact second, and of course they're having this lack of chemistry filled dialogue like she's a one day out of the academy cadet or something, even though she's supposedly known Captain Georgiou for 7 years. They're supposed to have this sort of rapport. They're supposed to have a familiarity. I don't buy it, but what do I know, right? So of course they do their little mission. They save the little alien dudes, all as well. But they're still lost, and the Discovery, the Shenzhou can't find them, because, in Star Trek Discovery, we don't have a Discovery yet. And they're walking and walking and walking, having this big, vast dialogue of how are we going to survive? What would you do? Blah, blah, blah. But of course, Michael Burnham, who can't even let go of the fact that she wants to calculate everything to the exact second, thinking she's a Vulcan, being raised by Vulcans, can't figure out that the captain is walking her in a giant delta. She can't, comprehend or pick up on the fact that they're walking not in a straight line, that they're walking in the shape of the delta, so the Shenzhou can come and rescue them, despite the fact that there's no way in hell they could have walked something big enough in sand for a spaceship to see them in orbit. And looks like we got Star Trek Discovery. It's a work in progress. So we get our nice little, drunk camera angle here on the bridge, talking about, oh, we found something. We should probably go and investigate. What is it? We don't know. Yep. Another drunk camera angle now this way. Michael Burnham being very smug. I don't like the character at all. She's way too smug, but, whatever. Oh, yes, I love this one. I titled this one when I grabbed the screenshot, "Shoving the bitch out of the way." So Michael Burnham and Saru have this rapport where she wants to tell everybody on this bridge what's going on, what's happening. She wants to be the smartest person ever. She's the first officer, not the science officer. Saru is the science officer. So he shoves her out of the way and saying, well, as science officer, I can actually, elaborate on what's out there. Because they're at this big binary star system. There's something out there. They don't know what it is, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Telescope. This will come in handy later. Remember that the telescope is here. So they can't really penetrate the scans, from their ship. That's, the big plot point of this episode is they can't go and scan and see what's out there, even though we know it's the Klingons because we saw them in the opening shot. They can't penetrate from all the interference and radiation and sci-fi technobabble, whatever, so they're going to look at it through a telescope. Even though the ship's telescope should be stronger than just a little old rusty antique like that, but whatever. That's an important plot piece later. I didn't do anything to this photo. This is how the show looks. So, how do I explain how horrible this is? So you know how they're there's all this interference and blah, blah, blah. There's a huge, long scene of basically Michael Burnham insisting that she needs to go out there and explore it and see what's out there. Saru's species being kind of evolved to be more cautious. Is no, I don't want to go out there. Maybe we shouldn't go out there. Maybe we should call in some other people. Maybe we should wait, maybe we should find another way than just sending somebody out there because it's kind of dangerous. Don't go out there. So she insists on going out there because she thinks she's a Vulcan, My biggest problem with this is, why didn't they just launch a freaking probe? They have those. I play Star Trek Pinball all the time. They have probes you can launch, even though it's next gen. But you know what? We're going to forget that the next generation is, in the future in this timeline. They could have launched a freaking probe. They could have done anything other than sending somebody in a spacesuit who would be irradiated in, 20 minutes they gave her? If it were me writing this episode, I would have probably said, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's find somebody who's physiologically designed to withstand radiation. Let's find an actual Vulcan who has a stronger physiology. Let's find some other alien. There are other aliens on the bridge you never see or hear of. I'm sure there's other aliens on this ship. But no, we're going to send Michael Burnham because she has to be the main character. Yeah, so again, I didn't do anything with this picture. That's what our Klingon ship looks like. Sorta, but it's not like the main one. It's the little one out there floating. And this, the first time I watched this episode, I had no idea what I was looking at. You have no idea how hard it is to grab a screenshot of something that is flying by 1,000,000 miles a second. So apparently this is what a Klingon looks like now. And they have to confirm that, where they show, like she's the Terminator or something. Her spacesuit has to go and scan. Klingon! Really? We promise this is a Klingon. This is even a Batleth. No. This is a Batleth. This is a Batleth. This will not stab you accidentally. It doesn't have all these stupid pointy bits. I need to get my mouse in the shot for this. You see these little backwardsy pointy out bits? That's dangerous. Don't design your batless like that. So, of course, I, again, didn't do anything. That's just how the show looks. When I first watched this, I couldn't tell what the crap was happening. I was so dizzy I had to lay down while I was watching it. So that's probably why I missed this. But apparently the Klingon lunges at Michael Burnham. She lunges back and stabs him with his own batleth. Yeah. You know, how do you design them the right way? Design them the right way, people. It's not hard. And so we're on this nice Gwawuld ship. I mean Klingon ship where we have the sarcophagus. And of course, it's logical to light fires on spaceships now. Wouldn't that mess with your oxygen? I don't know, being kind of a closed container in the middle of the vacuum of space. Whatever. So we're gonna mummify him despite Klingons not having that in their sort of ritual or history. We're gonna mummify him and stick him on this side of the ship. So now Burnham, of course, got all knocked out. She flew back through space. This is her little dream after they teleported her back, even though they couldn't teleport her there, but they can teleport her back. So she's in sickbay having this flashback, and surprise, Sarek's her father? Sort of. Yeah, why is Sarek her father? Who knows? Because he's recognizable, because we've heard of him before, because there's only one Vulcan in the entire series, even though it would probably be more logical for somebody like T'Pau or T'Pol to raise some human. I mean, rather than somebody we already know who their child is, you know, Spock. But no, Sarek's her father-ish. So, of course, Michael Burnham can't just stay her ass in sickbay and heal and maybe, I don't know, have an intercom conversation with the captain. She's got to run out like an idiot. So we get a nice shot of her in her knickers running to the bridge. Or something, you know, just to prove that it's important, it's urgent. Ask the guy in sickbay, hey, give me a comm. I need to tell the captain something now. That's how you do that without being an idiot, but... yeah, what is this alien? Is this an alien? Is this an android? We never see this again. Doesn't matter. Yay! Our Klingon ship decloaks. Because they have cloaking technology now. And they look like this now. I give up. This shot I liked. This shot was a nice panning shot where we see the ships, we see the Shenzhou and the Klingon dildo, whatever it is. They're not meeting each other like this, like normally they would when they were models. They're meeting at kind of weird angles. I do like that. I like it when we can actually see what's going on. I would much prefer shots like this. I like it when spaceships don't meet head on, but that's just a personal preference of mine. Stupid Klingon sticks his hand in fire. Apparently he's important too because he's the albino one. Because apparently the one that got killed was the super important torchbearer thing, which I don't remember ever hearing about in all the years of Star Trek I've watched. But, you know, what do I know? So this guy's important. He will come up later. And of course his subplot is to gain the trust of T'Kuvma for reasons. On to the next shot. We have holograms now. And Discovery, you're still drunk. Go home. No, really. We did this whole thing where we're this way, and then we pan up, and now we're this way. I don't want to buy Dramamine every time I watch this show. And, you know, full-length holograms, because we're Star Wars. So, the Klingons send this giant pulse beacon thing to call in their other ships. And they jam all the communications, and they cause a bunch of problems on our bridge, you know, but... if they just had a view screen, they could just turn off the viewer and save this whole problem. I wasn't going to pick on the windows on the bridge so much until I remembered that this scene happened. There's a lot of stuff that I could kind of overlook just for the sake of aesthetic, but seriously, they have view screens for a reason. Use them. Don't put windows on your bridge. Again, drunk camera angles. So in the middle of this giant Klingon thing that's going on out in the episode, Michael Burnham's like, I need to leave the bridge. It's relevant. Sure, whatever. To go and call Daddy, who's also a hologram that can now sit on a desk because holograms can interact with things in this universe. So basically, Sarek says, yeah, well, we're Vulcans and we kind of deal with Klingons by firing first because Klingons are an aggressive species. Take this with a grain of salt. Be very careful with this information. What he should have said is, hey, you're dumb, you're on a human ship, you guys can't match the firepower of a Klingon, don't go firing on Klingons, maybe run away. But no, he gives her this information, and he should be wise enough to know that she's going to misuse it, but I guess they needed a plot for the story to happen. So, of course, she's like, yeah, we gotta fire on the Klingons. No, really, we gotta fire on the Klingons. And again, I didn't do anything to this shot. It's just how it looks. Yep, can't see anything that's going on. Of course, she gets disciplined, and while she's in the captain's ready room, she decides she's a Vulcan and can do the neck pinch. Even though she's a human and doesn't have the strength of the Vulcans, she's still going to assault her captain like no Starfleet officer ever would have in the past. Like, as bad as some of the Starfleet officers have been, I've never seen this before. Oh, boy. And, of course, because she's a human, can't do the neck pinch, Georgiou gets up and is like, you know what? Security, take this bitch to the bridge. Or to the brig, rather. Of course, you know, I don't have words to describe how stupid it is for her to think she can just do the neck pinch. She's not a Vulcan. She knows she's not a Vulcan. And seriously, after 7 years of them being on the same ship together, why wouldn't Georgiou know how Michael Burnham is? She knows she kind of goes around behaving like a spoiled brat child. She's done it all episode. They had this little conversation where she's blaming the radiation and she's not herself because she's sick. She was like that in the beginning of the episode, though. I don't understand. I don't understand how they don't have a disciplinary problem with her anyway. She's disrespectful to Saru. He has to shove her out of the way. She's kind of a know-it-all. She's snippy with everybody. Why is this surprising? And dun dun dun, all the Klingon ships come and it's all bad. Oh boy. This is the end of the episode. That's all we get for free on CBS. Do you guys want to see me go over the next one? I'm kind of condensing these. I'm going pretty quickly. Oh boy. This show does not... This show is not good for me. It makes me super angry and frustrated. I don't even know if I've covered every little single nitpick I have with it, but that's a pretty good basis of how we started off on this TV series. Do you guys want to see more of this? Let me know. This is kind of a passion thing for me. It's not the main thing on my YouTube channel, but dear God, I want to keep doing these. Let me know what you think. Tell me what your opinions are of Star Trek if you watched it. And I will see you guys on the next episode. Episode 2. What's the next episode called? I don't remember. I don't care. But whatever the next episode was called. Bye.